We often hear about psychological safety and open conversation as essential, but sometimes it's hard to see in the real impact. I don't know if it's possible to share a story about where creating psychological safety and having an effective conversation lead to a clear, measurable business results.
Yeah, I can tell you maybe two. Can I do two stories?
Okay. It's okay.
Yeah. Very good. So my background is actually, and my training is actually in healthcare, in medicine. And so over the course of my time with Crucial Learning, I have worked with numerous hospital systems and physician groups and nursing groups where psychological safety is at risk. And in one particular example that I can think of, we were working with a team. We were working really hard to teach both the nurses how they could speak up when they had concerns, and the physicians how to listen and hear that concern when the nurse spoke up. Because what was often happening was, even if a nurse tried to speak up, the physician would get defensive and take it as criticism. And a few months after we had started working with this group, our contact there called to let me know about a patient had been not doing very well. The nurse was starting to see some signs that the patient was, their condition was deteriorating, was getting worse. And she was a little hesitant because it was late at night and she didn't know if she should bother the physician, but she decided she would speak up with her concerns. And so she called and she spoke up, and this physician was able to hear her response, and they made a plan and they were able to get the patient the treatment they needed. So that was one very small, very important result that came from it. But we see this replicated in so many situations as well. I think about a nuclear energy company that I have worked with. And again, around this idea of speaking up, especially when it comes to safety issues and following safety protocols, which is so important in many industries, and especially in the nuclear energy industry. We worked very hard with this company, and they took their incidence of injuries. They halved their incidence of injuries because of the work we could do to help people learn to speak up about those concerns.
So real impact.
Yes, absolutely. And I think actually sometimes when it comes to what people will refer to as soft skills training, yes, I don't think we are as rigorous in measuring the results of that, because it is a little trickier to sometimes measure them. But we shouldn't be scared of measuring those results. If we are going to invest time and energy in teaching people to speak up, we need to show that that has an impact on our business. I believe it will, and I think that we need to be, in our field, more rigorous about measuring that.
Thank you. Emily, thank you very much. Thank you very much for sharing your story, for sharing insights about crucial conversation and psychological safety. I think that it's very important to see the impact of these two things on results, on the way we talk, we lead people, team, organization. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me. It really is such an honor to work with Bridge Partners. I think that the work that Bridge Partners is doing here is so important, not just for our organizations, but honestly, for our communities, for our countries, right? This is important for our world.
Thank you very much.